All right, welcome back to the KnivesFAST channel, guys. Say hello to our friends Ren and Stimpy and Powdered Toast Man, Log TV, and Choo Choo, and let's get started on the KnivesFAST channel, guys. This is the LTK Rezult, produced by We in China and sent to me by Justin over at White Mountain Knives to check out. I'm getting this one reviewed so I can get it sent back to Justin. And I am very thankful for him sending it. Now, Lee at Love Them Knives, I always want to say let's them knives, let's talk knives, something. But it's Love Them Knives, L-U-V Them Knives. He's got a YouTube channel. I'll leave the link below. Hopefully I'll remember to do that. And now he's designing knives. He's designed a couple. Had one, I cannot remember the name of it, another button lock produced by Tucson. But now you have this guy under his own label, LTK. There you go. And this is the Rezult, R-E-Z-U-L-T. And you have titanium, you have a button lock, you have G10 inlays on both sides, and you have a 20 CV gray wash blade. And I've obviously been cutting stuff. Oh, you know what, guys? Let's do this completely out of order. Since the blade's already messed up, let's do some cutting right off the bat, because I'm excited by the fact that this guy has very thin stock. It's done like a wee knife. You have this kind of gray wash. You have a fuller up here, clip point, and it is very thin, and it just cuts. Okay, wanted to show you that right off the bat. It just has a very good feel to it. Nice long blade, and just goes to town on material. And now we have a mess. Yeah, we'll do that right off the bat. Now I'll wipe the blade so you can see a nice, pretty blade. Oh, and of course I dropped the rag on the floor. So we'll wipe this puppy off, give you guys a nice, beautiful blade here. All right, so there you go. There's a better look at this pretty blade. Really nicely done by We. Now, you have flat-sided titanium frame, if you will, with, as I said, G10 inlays that are screwed in from the back side, and that's how you end up with this nice clean look. You have grippiness on the G10. It is a very checkered pattern, texture vision, as bees would say. And just nicely done, kind of a gray wash on the titanium. You have the screws back here for the back spacer. Your clip comes in from the bottom side and can be used on either side, as you see there with this screw and that screw. It is a loop over steel clip all the way to the bottom of the knife. Very, very cool. Well done in that regard. Now, this is an interesting looking knife when closed to me. This is really, there are two little tiny nicks here on this knife from my perspective, but it's a fantastic knife. I just wish, for the look of it, and for my second problem, that the blade was up kind of almost even with this part here. When it's closed, it feels like I'm missing something. That should be in this part. And if that blade was up a little bit, the only problem is your tip would be exposed. So I get why they did it. They brought it down so that the tip would be down inside. And while we're looking at the tip, let's talk about this guy being absolutely dead centered. As you can see there, great jimping across the back. Now, why is that important to me about that? It's not, aesthetically, it doesn't matter. And by the way, everything's chamfered off really well. Screws are countersunk. Pivot is nice and flat. Button sticks up just slightly, but not bad. And you have nice jimping here and on the button now. On the flipper tab. This is a good light switch. Flipper tab just grabs your finger. Let's see. D10 is very good, guys. Let's see. No, I can't fail it. It's coming out. Very, very nice. And that might be part of the tiny issue that I'm about to explain. Now, to thumb flick this, because, again, it's so low to the frame, you kind of got to stick the fat of your thumb down in there and do like that. Now, does it work? Sure. It's just not easy to get my thumb down in there. Maybe you'll have an easier time than me, but that's my thing. So now you know where I'm going. Same issue on front flipping. I have a very hard time front flipping this knife. There's not a lot of room, and when I do it, I have to be all the way out here towards the end. Now, Kevin left EDC tells me he's flipping it way back here. I can't, and I don't know if it's because of the strength of my fingers or what, or this one just having a very stout detent. There we go. So if I can get that little bit of fat in my finger right there, if I can get that, you can see I've torn it up doing it, down in there, I can middle finger flick it. It is not my, I'm not going to be middle finger. If I own this knife, it's not going to be my main way to open this knife. The flipper is going to be. Just simply because it hurts, and I can't do it now. Maybe Kevin's detent's a little softer than mine, or maybe he's just better at middle finger flicking than I am, or whatever. But I have a hard time with it. And again, if this was up just slightly, then you could get your finger in there easier, and it would be easy peasy. But man, there we go, got it. Gosh, it's not easy. And it's not locking up like, shoot, I wish I could remember the name of the Tucson. Come on, focus, there we go. I wish I could remember the name of the Tucson LTK design. It's not like that one where it was just locked up. It's just got a stout detent, and it's hard to get to the hole, that's all, for me. But other than that, now, 4-finger grip, plenty of room. You do feel the clip, but it is absolutely not a hot spot for me. It's because it sticks out further. That corner part that I gripe about so often is not hitting me. It's this part, and it feels absolutely fine. And that's another reason I like bigger knives, guys. When you have a bigger knife, your hand is always past that. And that's, a lot of people like these smaller knives. Well, the smaller knives, the clip is going to be a bigger issue. It just is. That's the way it works. But this one feels great. That's a sharpening choil, not a finger choil. You have plenty of relief on the plunge grind there with your sharpening choil. Again, no billboarding on the blade. Your only billboarding is right there, LTK. 20 CV is your steel. Again, fidgety, like all button locks are. Now, let's talk about lockup. No side to side, no up and down. And again, I did not whack this one because it's not mine, but spine whack it, but it is not failing. Feels very nice. Plus, I'm not really going to spine whack knives unless somebody tells me they've heard of an issue. But in this case, again, grippy, feels good in the hand. The clip, again, not an issue. Lockup is good. The jimping, you guys that love jimping, this is going to be your favorite here. Here, let's tell you what. We're going to move a couple of things so we can do our comparisons. Now, guys, I'm already going to tell you this is going to be very close to the size of our friend, the Rat 1. Let's see. Yep. Okay, so the Rat 1, let's see. Let's get it lined up, Casey. Maybe a tiny bit longer there on the blade, and then the Rat 2 is going to be significantly smaller, as you can see. But very good size, very, very nicely done by Lee over at LTK. I think this is a great knife. Now let's talk about what's available and what the specs are. Now again, I got this from White Mountain Knives, so we're going to talk about it from there. These are available, okay? So they're available in the green and the burgundy G10 inlays. They are $245 each. And what you're seeing here is an 8-inch knife with a 3.5-inch blade, a 0.16 blade thickness, but I'm telling you, that flat grind being so tall brings it down to a nice, sharp, slicey edge. Drop point blade, I called it a clip point. They can call it a drop point. To me, it looks like a clip point. It's got a clip on the swedge there, but whatever. It's either a clip or a drop. Gray stonewash finish. Titanium, obviously it's a button lock, a titanium, it says it's a titanium pocket clip, again, made in China by Weave Knife Company. Trying to see the weight. They don't list the weight. So we're going to get the scale out, which means this video is going to be a little bit longer than I had planned, but you guys will probably be all right with that. It stresses me out because I try to hit you know, an amount of time, but 4.3 ounces is your weight. So really cool knife. What do you guys think of this one? I think it's really, really cool. And again, they're $245. You can use code KnivesFAST at checkout for 10% off at White Mountain Knives, of course. And I'm going to get this one sent back to Justin. But just let me know, what do you guys think of Lee's design, the Rezult from LTK? So really, really cool. Let me know what you think down below. Give me a thumbs up. And thank you so much for watching the KnivesFAST channel.